Tokyo Olympics has finally commenced after a lot of angst and a lot of consternation and, the obviously infamous 1 year delay. They had the opening ceremony. It was last night for us. We're recording this on a Saturday. And, it was a bit different in the sense that there was no one in the stadium. So it kind of looked like a dress rehearsal rather than, the usual sort of pomp and circumstance that comes around with the opening ceremony activities. There's a whole lot of aspects to it, and good on them that, I guess they had to make it happen, despite, a lot of pushback from, the Japanese public, etc., that weren't really all that keen for it to go ahead. And, given that, again, COVID being what we were discussing earlier, there's always that sort of spectre looming over it that it could be, touch wood, hopefully not, but, there could be some super spreading potential there if things don't go right. I guess it'll remain to be seen what happens after a couple of weeks when it's all over and either nothing's happened or something's happened, whether it was advisable to go ahead with it.
Oh, look, I watched the ceremony last night because in the last 5 years I've forgotten how long and slow they can be. However, it was spectacular in parts, and you've got to congratulate them for going ahead. It's probably not the right idea. There's probably going to be some negative consequences of them going ahead. But really, I just don't know how you can't not go ahead. I mean, I think for the games not to go ahead, the athletes themselves would have to not want to compete. And the fact that athletes have gone wanting to compete at the games means that it kind of has to go ahead, even if probably more broadly it shouldn't. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully it'll be contained. Hopefully it'll go off without a hitch, because this games, I think, will go down in history anyway as, human spirit trying to overcome, COVID, and I just hope we win. I hope we win gold.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the another aspect to it is that with all the athletes, they would have been training for years and years, and the lead up to it, could have easily been 2014, 2015, even before that, or maybe even a little bit after that. They had their sights set on attending these games, and I guess when the pandemic rolled around, early 2020, that must have been like the absolute worst case, heart-shattering scenario for all of them, given that that's their entire life that they've been working towards.
Well, that's it. And they did say last night, they gave the stat that 70% of athletes only ever attend one Olympics. So, that can be your one shot to be the best you can be in whatever your chosen sport is. And as I say, if the athletes themselves didn't want to compete, then that would be understandable, and then you wouldn't have the games. But enough of them have wanted to get together and compete. So I think for them, it needs to go ahead.